Haven. I am Sister Mary. We're going to get started with our sausage and our biscuits, and I'm cooking them on top of a stove because we are off grid, and this is what we do. It is a cloudy day here in Tennessee, so we're going to make the most of this cooler weather, and we're going to start having some of our food that we usually enjoy during the winter time. So it's not winter yet, but hey, you know what? In the 70s feels better than in the 90s. That's what we've been having all summer. So I saw this sausage on sale. It's just a regular pack of sausage from our local store, our market. And we're going to go ahead and take this out and put it in our skillet. I've got this one right here. Turned up fairly decent. The next one, we're going to be cooking some biscuits on top of the stove. Yep, you heard me right. Cooking the biscuits right on top of the stove. Because I don't have a regular oven either. I will back up in just a second and show you what I cook on when it's winter time. I cook on a great Majestic stove. And if you got a fire going all day long, then you certainly have enough wood in your fire. And so we are able to cook a lot more. So if you like cooking videos, homesteading videos, come back, subscribe, like, share. And we're going to be doing a lot of cooking in the kitchen very soon. So to start this, go ahead and crumble your sausage. Get it in your larger pan. And the gravy mix that I'm going to use is a country style pepper gravy mix. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands real quick. But I'm going to get this one right here turned up a little bit so you can know that it is cooking. And I'll go ahead and show you. I have this one right here on about the lowest that it will go. And I do mean without being blown out. So that right there is for our biscuits. We're going to go ahead and get those biscuits going. And y'all, I remember my mom, she would cook cornbread on top of the stove, and I do mean a whole pan of cornbread, and she would also fix biscuits on top of the stove. So this isn't really a new idea at all. It just isn't what you would normally be used to. So the biscuits that I have is just a can of the Grand's biscuit, if I can fold that over for you. And it's probably a larger biscuit. I've got a little butter right here in this pan. So what I'm going to do is just dip it and turn it back over. You see that nice that butter on top of that biscuit? That's all we're doing. And I was going to do some biscuits from scratch, but John, which is my husband, said, hey, why don't we just run and get a can of biscuits and do it that way? I said, all right, easier for me. Y'all hear that sausage already sizzling? We got one more biscuit. You see how that fits in that pan nicely? Now what I'm going to do is put a lid over the biscuit. I got a lid over the biscuits. We've got this started. I'm going to get ready to prepare this. This is our country style peppered gravy mix. You can buy them in these real big packs like this at Sam's or just whatever big, large store that you have. Even a Kroger, I'm sure. Walmart may even sell it. I don't know. But this actually is, this would make up to, I think, a gallon. And you really don't have to, you know, have a whole gallon here. But we like our gravy, so I may end up doing, I think the smallest is like a 2 cup. So we're pretty sure going to do that. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get this, mix it up in a bowl. So when it gets time for that, I'll be ready. Wintertime's going to be here before you know it. I'm sure many of you are looking forward to that time that you can do all of your chilies and your winter soups. I know I sure like chili and soup. You know what else I like? I like good old beans and rice. I like putting them on the stove. And as I said, I would show you what we got going on here. So I cook on a Great Majestic, but because it's still, this is September, we don't need this right now. We don't need it started up. So that is usually what I'm cooking on. But today we are cheating, as John says. We are cheating. And I'm just using a little cook stove right here. Don't panic if you heard chickens. You're going to hear chickens around here, dogs and cats too, and sometimes a bird. All right, so this calls for 1.5 cups of hot water. We're not there yet. So for the gravy mix, there you go. There's your first rooster sound. So we're going to go with the 1 quart this evening, and that is looks like 1.5 cups. All I've done is put that right there in my bowl, and then I'm going to add my water and start to blend that. Alright, so it calls for 4 cups of water. Now it tells you hot and cold, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 cups. 3 cups of water. I got those first 2 cups right there. I'm going to go ahead and get my little whisk and blend that up and see how soupy it looks. Alright, so that's our first 2 cups. Y'all know what eyeing it means. When I put my gravy inside, because I'm going to pour it right on top of this after I take some of that sausage grease out, I will eye the rest of it. We're going to go ahead and check on our biscuits. Alright, they're starting to cook on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get a little spatula and get ready to flip that. I actually have me a little spatula. That's what we're going to use. Going to get under here and just see if we, oh yeah. So it could stay. It's not necessary to flip it already, but it's got a little bottom on it, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's already starting to cook on the bottom. So we're just going to go ahead and keep flipping it because we do not want the biscuits to burn. You know, on a homestead, or even just in regular life, when you don't have what everybody else has, I want you to know that it's all right to improvise, to do what is necessary. Because look at here, we're going to have biscuits. We're going to have biscuits. Y'all know I wish you had smell-o-vision. All right, we're going to put our lid back over. That lid is what holds in all that heat, just like the oven. So I'm going to put that back on the fire. Remember, it is as low of a fire as I can possibly do without it, just being too much burning. We're going to go ahead. Yes, I'm going to use this spatula. These are a restaurant-style spatula. A brother from California sent them, and I know you probably can't see that name in there. But they go up to like 450 degrees. So he was saying, when I see you cooking, I want you to use some of these. So here you go. That's Brother Eddie that sent these. I wish you could smell the sausage. It is good. What are some of your favorite meals to cook? You can put that in the comment section. How many of you like sausage and gravy? How many of you have never had sausage and gravy? I'm not sure if it's just a southern thing, but it's always been a normal meal in my life, growing up and even as an adult. And I'm pretty sure that my children have experienced this. I know they have. I have fixed it. And I know their nanny. She was called Nanny. She was my mother. I know she cooked it. I think this is probably going to cook up within 30 minutes. Some of you might be wondering, well, why did she say Sister Mary? Well, because I minister the gospel. I minister the gospel. If you would like to follow those YouTube channels, you can find us meeting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 5 p.m. Central Time. On the YouTube channel called Lighting the Way, you will find a picture of myself and my husband on that. And you can also go to the YouTube channel God's Handmaiden. The one that is from 2015, that is a very old picture of me, but that is a prophetic channel. But we also have started going live for our solemn assemblies, which is a prayer time and a study in the Word at 5 o'clock. All right, guys. We got a little bit of the gravy right there. And you know what? The grease is not that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this up just a hair. Just a hair. And get this thing done. Let's get this thing done. Just do it. Can y'all smell it? And the reason I went ahead and put the water in the gravy mix, just something that my mom used to do. She used to go ahead and put it in there ahead of time. Y'all see my other little pan right over there? That's my popcorn little pot that I use. It is a regular, so it just stays out. All right, we're going to try to get some of this turned over. I'll tell you how many pounds this was right here. Alright, it's a 2-pound package. So 2-pound package. I don't know about your Dollar General in your area, but these right here, the little towel, kitchen towel, home with family and friends, and joy that never ends. And it's actually a Dolly Parton series or things that she has in Dollar General. I'm not sure. This was probably a couple of months ago that I was able to get this, but it just depends on where and when some of these things come to your area. But I went to look for these again because there was only one when I picked this up. And you know what? It was only $2. Now, I've been to Pigeon Forge more than once, and I'm going to tell you, anything near Dollywood would have cost you probably $10 for this. So, way to go, Dollar General. Way to go, Dolly, for sharing some good old country with all of us at an affordable price. All right, can't let those biscuits sit too long. So we're going to go ahead and look at them. Take that lid off. Be careful. Don't burn yourself. Yep, it's all right. So we're going to leave it right there. We're not going to flip it yet. It's all right. Keep that lid over it. And I might just adjust the heat under that just a tad. Not a hair, but a tad. I want to cook as much of this. I'm pretty sure it's already ready. But I want to be positive. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. It's starting to brown up pretty good. We don't want any of the pink left in it. I want it cooked. You want it cooked. We're getting there. Do you agree? Home cooking is so much better than something you can pick up nowadays. This is good old country cooking. Good old country cooking. The way your mama did it or your grandmother did it. For me, it's true in both. Grandmother and mom cooked this way. All the way back to my great-grandma. Well, there's your second rooster call. And you look how this heat has, there's your third rooster call. That heat You see the liquid condensating, the condensation inside that lid. All right, let's go ahead and flip this. I'm gonna put that right there. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Y'all, I ain't gonna keep counting how many times that rooster's gonna do that. Look at there. Can you see that? It's cooking up. Now it's starting to get done. Let's look at that one. You could probably, you can use regular bread underneath if you wanted to. I'm sure you could put it on top of cornbread. It wouldn't matter. I'm going to have to watch that middle where I turned the heat up just a little bit. It did go ahead and brown that one a lot faster, so I'm going to put that one right there. Get this one flipped over. See how they're all brown? I'm going to have to watch that. You know what we're going to do? Is just move our skillet a little bit. Rotate it like that. Just take our lid and put it back over here for just a minute. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's already browned up. So I think it's time. Y'all think it's time? We're going to go ahead and put our gravy in because the sausage will continue to cook even in the gravy. And the gravy's going to take us a minute. And yes, if you need to drain out any of the grease, then you do that. But for me and mine, we are not worried about it. So I'm just going to pour this gravy mix right on top of it, just like that. It's going to fill the pan. I'm going to scrape all of that goodness out. I don't want to miss any. That's at least another tablespoon, teaspoon. It's all good. Now it's where you're going to have to watch because we still have 2 more cups that need to go in here. So I'm going to get it all nice and get all that extra flavor of the sausage grease in there. Incorporated. And when it starts to bubble, you're going to have to continue to stir it because you don't want anything, you don't want it to start sticking on you. So I'm going to turn this right here, the biscuits, back down. I don't want them to get too brown. But this one is still up. And we're going to just let it sit there on top of that stove like that until it starts to bubble. And when it starts to bubble, it's gonna be ready to start stirring again. I'm going to go ahead and pour another cup of water. Actually, we're going to wait and see. Remember, I said we was going to eye it. Y'all know what eyeing it means? Just watch it and add if you need to. Y'all hear the cricket? You see that? Look at there. Got a little bit more to go. See that little bit of dough? But it's almost ready. It is almost ready. Go ahead and put our lid back over this. I just turned this heat up a little bit So it'll go ahead and start boiling for us. And the biscuits, they're going to be ready in just a minute. So I'm going to have to watch that and start taking them up. You can start to see it simmer right here in the middle. Look at it over here. Go ahead and let it get nice and hot all over, and then you're going to begin to stir it, and it's going to be a thick gravy. That's what you want, a thick gravy. That's why we didn't add any more than that 2 cups of water for now. Oh yeah. I know y'all can't feel it, but I can feel the difference in the gravy. It's getting a little thicker on us. Look at there. I'll get it in a spoon for you in a minute so you can tell. You'll see how it's pulling away from the center. Watch. See? Well, that was a lot of liquid. There we go. See how it's pulling away? Go ahead and let it thicken up a little bit more. We're still not going to add that water yet. We're going to wait because we like thick gravy. Those chickens running on the porch again. Alright guys, this is just about done. It's probably a good thing you don't have smell-o-vision because it would just make us all more hungry when we're up late at night watching YouTube. Alright, I can tell you right now we're going to add that other cup of water. Oh yeah. I didn't add it all. I just added a little bit. I'm doing it the way my mama did it. She didn't put it all in there at once because she knew how thick she wanted it. This brings back a lot of memories. All right, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Because it is a flour base, of course, for your gravy, it's just going to keep on swelling up and swelling up. I don't want to be slinging gravy, but I think I just did. All right, it's time to check those biscuits again, too. That's some good stuff right there. I tell you what. All right, let's take this up. I can hear my biscuits. Y'all ever heard of biscuit? That means it's saying, hey, flip me or get me out of the pan. So what we're going to do, I don't know if y'all do this, but this is what I do. I just start to look at if it's, we want it all the way done, and it is. That is piping hot and ready to go. So that one's good. Let's get us a plate. My grandmother had these, so I have them too. Look at there. Just open that biscuit. You can pinch up that biscuit if you want to, but this is some good stuff. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Gonna check on the rest of our biscuits. We don't want anything. Look at there. Brown on both sides. It's ready. We want to put the ones that are not quite finished back in the pan. We want them all a little brown. That one's ready. That one's ready. That one's ready. So we got 3 more that are going to be up and ready to go. We're just going to put them over here to the side. And just, I'm going to leave the top off because that's just about ready. You see that sausage still bubbling. Your gravy is ready. We're going to add the rest of the water. We still got about less than a half a cup. But we're going to add it. I'm going to get my little spatula and go back in here. Whisk it up. I said spatula, I mean whisk. We're going to whisk it up. Get all that in there. We're going to use the rest of that water. So instead of what the package called for, I actually did not put a whole nother cup in there that they said you could. Because we want ours thick, just like this. And it's done. This meal is done. That last little bit. And if you get the gravy packets, you don't have to do anything. Just follow the directions on the packet, and it's some good gravy. Good gravy, y'all. It's some good gravy. I don't know if y'all say stuff like that, but you know what one of my words is all the time? Well, good gravy. I wish I had some good gravy every time I said good gravy. Might make me feel better, right? All right. That's all she wrote. It's done. Let's get her plated up. We're going to turn everything off because it's done. We got 2 biscuits. I'm pulling them apart. There you go. And let's get some on there. My husband's been working on a fence. He'll be real happy with this. That's some good stuff. Let's get a fork. Let's get a bite. It's piping hot. There's your sausage gravy over biscuit. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back now. You hear? And stay a little while. Stay a little while. I'm going to cut that again. I don't want to burn in my tongue. It ain't letting go. Mmm, 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 mmm. Good stuff, y'all. Until next time, this has been Sister Mary with Homesteading Haven. God bless you and keep you is my prayer.